Welcome back, friends. It is time for What the Hollywood, and I'm actually going to divert our attention from celebrity, for this first story and focus on the biggest viral moment so far of 2025. It can be summed up in 2 words: Coldplay concert. I'm sure you have seen it. Tom and I, even in the first hour, kind of poked fun at it, but you know, if you haven't seen it, here's a refresher, okay? I'm gonna play the video that caught 2 people in a very incriminating, I guess, position, if you will. I'm gonna play the video 2 times through just so you can really hear what Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay, says. So listen up and take a look.
Yeah. Oh, look at these 2. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. Yeah. Oh, look at these 2. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Yeah, well, either they're having an affair or they're having an affair. So this is the former CEO of a multi-billion-dollar AI company called Astronomer. His name is Andy Byron, and the woman he was cuddling and canoodling with is the head of HR at the same company, Kristen Cabot. Her name is Kristen. She's in charge of HR. So this kiss cam moment would have been very cute, you guys, if neither of them were married or in a relationship with completely different people and had families that, you know, were not intertwined. So last week when the video went viral, their downfall accelerated as both were placed on leave while Astronomer said it was investigating the debacle. Okay, so there's been a statement circulating online, allegedly, I use that term, allegedly written by Andy Byron. So again, it could be real, it could be fake, but here's what it says. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer. So later on in this not so apologetic, alleged apology, he wrote, quote, I also want to express how troubling it is that, what should have been a private moment became public without my consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. Okay, just gonna take a moment, pause here. If it's fake, it's fake. But let's just say it was real and these are his true sentiments. I've got a few thoughts, and I'd like to share them. Andy, first things first, friend. You're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. This wasn't a one-time personal mistake, as the statement says. And you were at a public venue with cameras everywhere. You're going to a Coldplay concert to live out your affair. Might just be the dumbest idea you can have, and it's almost like you and Kristen kind of wanted to be seen. And trust me when I say I am not alone in these thoughts, you guys. Social media has been on fire since the video went viral last week. One person wrote, quote, the audacity of Andy Byron is hilarious. What is wild? This dude runs a billion-dollar company. He's got employees, investors, a wife, kids depending on him. When you're operating at that level, you can't afford to be publicly stupid. I work with guys who make serious money, and I have to explain this constantly. Money doesn't make you invisible. Thank you for that. And another person wrote, quote, Andy Byron didn't just cheat on his wife. He cheated on his family, his company, and every employee who trusted him. Let's call this what it is: disgusting. I could go on and on, but I think we all get the picture here. And you know what? Karma did what karma does best. It comes back for bad people. And since being outed by the lead singer of Coldplay, which that's just insane, he resigned as the CEO of Astronomer. It's a $1.3 billion AI company that he also helped found, okay? The company said in a statement that was released on Saturday, quote, as stated previously, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently, that standard was not met. So it's unclear if Kristen will resign, if she'll be fired, or if she'll just be on an extended leave. But we know there's going to be more information to come out about this viral moment. Okay, let's move on to my next story. Jeremy and I actually briefly talked about this last week, Denise Richards' divorce. Y'all, it is getting messier by the minute. Earlier this month, it was publicly announced that Denise Richards and her husband, Aaron Fipers, were getting a divorce after 6 years of marriage. He actually filed for divorce on the 4th of July. And in court documents, he cited, irreconcilable differences, the reason for the divorce. However, there's a lot more to the story, according to both parties, okay? So Aaron recently visited with our friends over at TMZ and claims Denise was actually cheating on him. Take a look what he had to say.
Her and I were watching that show Traders on the sofa where the girls stay at the townhome, and she fell asleep. And I just had this feeling. It was just, now I have her passcodes for her stuff. I'm going through it, and I go in to delete it, and I see some text messages that are super inappropriate. And she goes, "What?" She wakes up and I go, "Why are you doing this?" And she goes, "Oh my God, please don't leave me, and whatever." And I leave and go to the other unit, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I won't do that again." So we make up, and this was like February.
Okay, so that's what he is claiming. She cheated, and she continued to. But on the other side of the aisle, you guys, Denise Richards is claiming Aaron was actually physically abusive towards her. The actress requested a temporary domestic violence restraining order against her estranged husband while detailing the alleged abuse she's endured throughout their marriage. Now, I'm going to issue a trigger warning because these claims could be found as disturbing. So Denise wrote in legal documents, quote, "Throughout our relationship, Aaron would frequently violently choke me, violently squeeze my head with both hands, tightly squeeze my arms, violently slap me in my face and head, aggressively slam my head into the bathroom towel rack, threatened to kill me. Aaron regularly threatened to, quote, break my jaw and would cry, beg me to stay, and promise to get help, none of which ever happened. Aaron has caused me at least 3 concussions, and until now, I have been afraid to report Aaron to the police or file for a restraining order." She also claimed that the most recent assaults happened between July 4th and July 14th. Her claims are, if true, this is insanity, okay? So Aaron is now fighting fire with his own fire. He has hit back at Denise's claims with some unsettling details of his own. He accused Denise of being addicted to Vicodin, and in an explosive letter to friends and family, he claimed Denise needs an intervention for her alleged drug addiction that has affected their 14-year-old daughter, Eloise. He said, quote, "For nearly a decade, she has struggled with an addiction to Vicodin, which she jokingly calls vitamin D or white chestnuts, mixed with Adderall and tequila. Some of you know this has been an issue for over 20 years. She's no longer eating real meals, and I've witnessed her pass out from substances, putting herself and others in danger, including while driving with our daughter." Now, Aaron also claims Denise denied ever cheating on him and was the one to physically abuse him on July 4th. And the court ordered Aaron to stay 100 yards away from Richards and her homes, workplaces, and their cars. This order will expire after a hearing set for August 8th. Again, another story that he said, she said, she said, he said. There's going to be more that comes out about this, okay? Finally, Taylor Swift celebrated her bestie for life and for longer, Miss Selena Gomez, despite dealing with some recent family drama, okay? Taylor's dad, Scott Swift, is recovering after undergoing a heart procedure. The 73-year-old had quintuple bypass surgery just over a month ago, and thankfully is recovering well. The procedure was not a result of a heart attack. A representative for Taylor said, quote, "He's doing fantastic." Scott's wife of 37 years, Andrea Swift, and their children, Taylor and Austin, have all been by his side during his recovery. And coronary artery bypass surgery is a procedure that detours or bypasses blood around a blocked section of one or more coronary arteries. That is according to the Harvard Medical Journal. So thankfully, he's doing well, wishing the entire Swift family the best because if you're a Swiftie or you follow Swift, you know that her mom, had cancer, went into remission, then found a brain tumor. So they've really been dealt a bad deck of cards, if you will. So wishing everyone in the Swift family the best. Chiefs season is coming up, and we're going to need to see all of them at the games. And I just want to say, Malcolm Jamal Warner of The Cosby Show fame tragically passed away at the age of 54 after an accidental drowning in Costa Rica. So, wishing his family the best. Rest in peace. And with that, that's all I got for this week's What the Hollywood, you guys. Lots more fun coming up right here on Unscripted after this.